was elected to the South Carolina Senate in November of 1976. One of the most memorable moments to me, and there's several that I'll talk about, is the first time you walk through those doors of the South Carolina Senate to go in session, and you realize that that awesome cloak of responsibility has just been placed on your shoulders, and it is an awesome responsibility that we have. One of the most impactful in my life was a tragic moment in my service in the Senate, and that was when my colleague, Senator Clemente Pinckney, was killed in Charleston at Emmanuel Church, and I was serving as minority leader then and receiving the call from the governor that night that he had been killed in that process. But the most memorable part of all that was riding into Charleston, South Carolina on the bus with fellow members of the Senate and staff, and just seeing the thousands, and I'll get choked up talking about it, thousands and thousands of people, everyday citizens who are lined the streets around block after block after block. It was just humanity of South Carolina at its finest being shown. I think it's difficult to say one particular policy that you've sponsored or supported because you're involved in so many issues over 47 years. I think it comes in regards to various issues, and of course one of those would be my work in education and education policy and moving education forward in South Carolina, whether it was being one of the sponsors and movers of legislation for statewide four-year-old kindergarten in South Carolina, to teacher salaries being improved, to reducing class size, to the expansion of our outstanding technical college system in South Carolina, to scholarships through the lottery that benefit our people, which leads to the second aspect of that, and it would be jobs and economic development, the incredible amount of road work and improvements to infrastructure, whether it be interstates or roads in the local communities, and water and sewer and broadband to South Carolinians. All of that, just having the opportunity to impact people's lives on a daily basis, ties together in a body of work that you hope that you are a part of while you serve. To newer legislators, first of all, I would say learn the rules of the body you serve in. You live and die by the rules of the body you serve in. Your effectiveness is majorly affected by your knowledge and ability to use the rules. The second thing I would advise new legislators to do is to respect everybody's opinion in the body, whether that's somebody that you agree with or not. Everybody represents a group of people who elected that person, and they represent the views of their constituents, and respect each other. No one party, no one individual has all the solutions. Don't forget where you came from and your family. Vote your convictions, not by a finger in the wind to see what the wind says, because you will learn that people who even disagree with you on an issue the way you vote will vote for you in the next election if they think you voted your convictions and what you thought was right. We don't represent parties, we represent people. I would like to thank, first of all, God, who gave me this opportunity, gave me the health and the ability to do this for as long as I've done it. I'd like to thank the people that I represent who have supported me throughout my tenure in the South Carolina Senate. I'd like to thank the present and the past members of the Senate and the staff and the institution of the Senate, which I respect so much, all that they've done to make my service possible. And certainly not last and not least, but foremost, my family, my wife and my 4 daughters and my grandchildren, who have all been a part of this journey. Public service is an honorable calling, and something that people should be proud of is their public service. And I think we have an opportunity to set an example for the public by our behavior and how we treat each other and how we act during our debates on the floor, our deliberations and committee meetings. Be able to do it with respect for each other, for our views, for what we would like to accomplish. And I found that in governing, if you can get the moderates on each side of the aisle together, you govern better from the middle